witnessing stand. Real lawyers, no gimmicks.
Be the change you want to see, and the group that I have here today, they do it every day. Bridgehaven Mental Health. I want to welcome my guests who are here with me. Susan Klussman-Turner, who's with the Center for Peer Excellence Training, and also Stewart Brigman or Bridgman?
Bridgman.
That's what I thought, Bridgman, who is the COO. This is what you all do on a daily basis. You take care of us as far as our mental health goes, and you take care of our young people. And I hope that everybody understands, and we have so many issues when it comes to mental health. I wish we would let go of all those. If we said we had cancer or we had even ADD or something like that, that's okay. But when people start talking about their mental health, why is it that we begin to get worried and, don't want to say that our mental health is good? I know you all see and hear that every day.
People are afraid. They're afraid of what people might think. They're afraid of saying the wrong thing. It's new to them themselves. They're not sure what's going on themselves. And it's just a fear, and it's that stigma that people think the community is going to look down on them, and that their lives will be changed and people will treat them differently.
Well, we are people that, as I don't know, just as a world, we tend to judge, and I wish we wouldn't do that. But feelings are feelings, right, Stewart? Not wrong, not anything. Feelings are feelings.
Yeah, everybody feels the same thing. I mean, we all have the same reactions, and it's just how we interpret those reactions and how our brains manage that. And so everybody's normal, and you just realize that what you're feeling, other people have felt before. And I think that's one of the things I think about when I'm in a new stressful situation.
And at Bridgehaven, we try to help people feel not so alone.
Yeah.
And I think through the pandemic.
Yeah, Susan, talk about alone. My goodness, you all didn't see what has been, you all didn't see a pandemic coming, I know.
No, we did not.
No.
No, and so much of what we do is really important to have face-to-face services. We've been working really hard to stay open because so many of the people that we serve, really, it's really hard on them to be alone. So to be with other people, and you have to balance out what's your physical health versus your mental health.
Well, the number is on the screen there, and I totally realize if you're thinking, I don't want to do this, go on TV and talk about some of the most personal and crucial issues of my well-being. Liz is there in the booth, one of my producers there, and she will put you on hold and get you ready to talk to us. But if you have a question that is so important to your heart, soul, and mind, and you can't answer it, please deliver it to Liz. Liz will tell me. I am always wearing an earpiece here that I can hear my crew in, just so they can let me know what's going on. And we will get that question asked for you. But please, there, 502-571-5263 or 1-888-800-9283. If you have a question, call us and let's talk about it. So during this pandemic, already we have so much to deal with in the world when it comes to emotions on a regular day. But we had the pandemic, so we were, I have never been so overwhelmed or anxious, never imagined that I would feel that way, but I see my family every day. During the pandemic, I did not. I was cut from them, and I can remember thinking one evening, is this how someone feels if they don't have friends or family in their life? And I just wept because lonely is painful. What have you mostly heard during the pandemic?
Just that I can't see my family, my supports. The people that we work with and people in the community in general have been taken away from the people that love them and support them. I know I was used to seeing my mom every day or every other day.
Me
and for
too.
a year, I didn't see her. I saw her through the front door, and my dad too. and my friends, it's lonely and it's hard. It's so hard to deal with, whether you already have a mental illness or anxiety, or if it's the first time you're dealing with something like this. It's just scary.
Yeah, when I had COVID, and it was the week of Christmas, I think it just made everything worse. I couldn't see my family. We couldn't get together. We were in a pandemic. I did not feel good. I have always had my mother and father with me when I don't feel good. I do realize that I'm grown, but they are still with me when I don't feel good.
Right.
What were you hearing most from people? What was your biggest worry for people who may have needed help during the pandemic? What were you hearing most?
I think some of what we heard was that, people want to, people want to take care of themselves, but they also are concerned about their family members. And if I do something, to go out and visit someone or do something to take care of myself, would I bring something back and affect my family? And so there is a lot of stress about, the choices that I make and how that might affect other people that I'm close to, that I love. And, I want to be with them, but then, I could make them sick if I was sick myself. So it's complicated. It's been a complicated illness that has been hard to understand, because everything we kept hearing kept changing.
And
So
that uncertainty was, a lot of people said, I just don't know what's going to happen. I just don't know what's going to happen next, or what we're going to have to do next. Is it going to get worse? Is it going to get better? Are we going to be like this? There were just so many questions related to uncertainty.
Well, we are coming out the other side. We do see some sunlight and things are beginning to loosen up. So when we come back, we want to talk about, let's say people did feel that anxiety and things are beginning to open. A lot of people are going to hang on to some of that. So we'll talk about, what do you do when you're facing anxiety? Depression is certainly different from anxiety. We'll talk about that if we have phone callers coming up. And there's the number there on your screen, 502-571-5263 or 1-888-800-9283. It's a little different than what you all normally do, but for folks out there that have a question, what's your best advice to them as to maybe why they should call, or how easy it will be for them if they do?
We're here to help, and no question is, it's important to get those questions out and to talk about things, because that's what helps people feel better.
And we're not here to judge.
Yes.
We're here to help. We want to make your life easier. We want you to feel comfortable. We want you to understand that there is no shame in having a mental illness or having depression or anxiety. And just feel free to ask us anything you need.
All right, May is National Mental Health Awareness Month, but every month I do hope you're taking care of your mind, your soul, and your heart. We're going to take a quick break, and then we will come back with your questions. Ask them, and if you're not comfortable with going on the air, tell Liz. Ask her. Say, find this out for me, please, Liz, and she'll do that too. We'll be back. Stay with us.